Hello everybody and welcome to a highlight reel original production, the Wrestlecrate February unboxing video, plus bonus unboxing of separate standalone crate for February.
Hello everybody and welcome to a belated February Wrestlecrate unboxing video. Due to unforeseen circumstances, this has been delayed, so apologies on that front. But what we have here is the February Wrestlecrate, which has a selection of items in, and what we're going to do is run through them all individually and then give them a star rating. And then what will happen is that star rating is then going to be converted into a crate rating overall, so each individual item will get their star rating average as a total, and then that will be the crate star rating. I haven't actually given a crate star rating for the January crate yet, but what will happen is eventually we will get so many of these crates down the line, and then we'll start dishing out, once we've got a few more crates in there, we'll start dishing out the crate ratings just to see, you know, who's winning. Was January's better than March's? Was February's better than April's? And so on and so forth. So without further ado, people, this is February's Wrestlecrate. So let's see what we have, shall we? Okay, here we go. So the first item we have is a t-shirt, which we take this out of the wrapper and we can open it up for you all. Very good. So what we have here is a Walter exclusive t-shirt. I'm unfamiliar with Walter, to be honest. I haven't heard or seen much of him. But there we go, our first item there we have is an exclusive Walter t-shirt.
With 2 times Progress Atlas Championship wins, a WXW 16 Karat Gold Final and Tag Team Championship win, plus a PWG debut in Bowler 17, it's fair to say that Walter was a strong contender for European Wrestler of 2017. In relation to the t-shirt, I do like it, the quality is good, the design is simple enough. I'm going to give this out of 5 stars, a 3-star rating for the Walter exclusive t-shirt.
Moving on to item number 2, and what we have here was the signature piece of this month's crate, in that this was the advertised feature, similar to January's crate where we had the Razor Ramon signed artwork. We now have another signed piece, and it's actually got 2 signatures on there. So what we have here is a Mark Andrews and Pete Dunne, aka the Bruiserweight, signed comic book art. For example, we've got stuff like this. As you can see, hopefully, we've got the artwork there, Mark Andrews and Pete Dunne, and they are signed by both of those wrestlers. So item number 2 is an exclusive Wrestlecrate comic signed by both Pete Dunne and Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews vs. the Bruiserweight is a brand new comic book which captures the rivalry between WWE UK stars Mark Andrews and Pete Dunne. This limited edition variant has a Wrestlecrate exclusive cover and has been hand signed by both superstars, making this a collectible item. So yeah, it's a double signed piece, Mark Andrews and Pete Dunne, although me personally, I'm not a massive comic book fan. However, it is signed by 2 wrestlers currently plying their trade in the WWE. So on that basis, I'm going to offer this item a 3.5 stars out of 5 rating.
Item number 3 then, which we've got in this month's crate, is a United States Championship, a Legacy of Greatness 3-disc DVD set. Three discs in that one. We've got a run time of approximately 7 hours and 30 minutes looking at the back of this box, so plenty of wrestling content involved on this one. Absolutely. 3-disc DVD set, United States Championship, a legacy of greatness.
WWE Home Video UK returned to Wrestlecrate with a huge 3-disc box set. But which set did you find inside your Wrestlecrate? Options include US Championship, A History of Greatness, and Straight Out of Dudleyville, The Legacy of the Dudley Boys. We clearly got the US Championship Edition version. A 3-disc set. Again, you can't grumble for value factor on that one. I'm going to give this one a 3-star rating out of 5.
Now the fourth item we have in this month's crate is another print, and it's also signed. So what we have here is a Virgil hand-signed print. People may not be familiar with who Virgil is. This is pretty much an old school item, to be fair. It's one for the retro wrestling fans, I believe. Some of the newer wrestling fans, so I say newer, I mean younger wrestling fans, may not know who this man is. So for all those with a bit more of a nostalgia thing going on, a signed Virgil print. $1 million.
Wrestling legend Virgil recently took time out of his Olive Garden schedule to tour the UK and hand-sign prints for Wrestlecrate. Virgil rose to fame in WWF, going on to defeat the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase at WrestleMania 7, before taking his $1 Million Championship at SummerSlam 91 and later becoming head of security for the NWO in 96. A signed Virgil piece. I'm actually impressed with this one. I wasn't expecting a Virgil piece, if I'm honest. I didn't know what to expect, but it is signed and I like the design of the piece. So I'm going to give this one a 3.5 star rating out of 5.
The fifth item we have in today's crate is another DVD. And this one is Rosemary vs. Ali, Demon versus the Slayer. Now what it looks like we have on the back here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 what looks like different matches potentially involving these two individuals, or other people to be fair. A selection of either one or both of these individuals and more. So yeah, there's a little bit of the back art there. Rosemary versus Ali, Demon versus the Slayer. I believe this is only a 1-disc DVD. It doesn't have anything stating anywhere that it is more than 1 disc. So again, another selection of DVD content for you there. Rosemary versus Ali, Demon versus the Demon Slayer.
This best-selling DVD comes from Smash Wrestling in Canada and documents the war between the Demon and the Slayer. Both Rosemary and Ali are current Impact Wrestling stars and have both held the Knockouts Championship. So it is a collaboration of their matches and their feud, I'm assuming, going forwards. It's a nice little piece, to be fair, although I'm not really familiar with the wrestlers involved. I will probably watch the DVD, so I'm going to give this one a 2.5 star rating out of 5.
Which brings us on to item number 6, and this is another t-shirt which we have here. I'll be able to remove the packaging here. So what we have here is a Lucha Libre exclusive t-shirt, and I know that Wrestlecrate have done a previous Lucha Libre t-shirt. However, it looks as though this is the second exclusive as a part of their Heritage series, so it looks as though they have a few designs for t-shirts, and this is the second that they have brought out via their Wrestlecrate. So a Lucha Libre exclusive t-shirt. Looks alright. And there we go. Lucha Libre exclusive t-shirt.
Lucha Libre, which translates to free fight, is professional wrestling developed in Mexico. Often seen as faster paced than American and British wrestling, Lucha mixes high-flying action with rapid sequences of moves and holds and is filled with wonderful characters and masks, many of which transcend the genre. So this is the second piece of Lucha t-shirt memorabilia that Wrestlecrate have offered up. Again, I'm a fan of the design, I'm a fan of the quality of the t-shirt. I'm definitely going to wear it, so I'm going to give this one a 3-star rating out of 5.
Now the 7th item we have in the box for this month is just a small one, but sometimes they say small packages, big surprises and whatnot. So we have ourselves a lapel pin badge, which has been labelled as Macho Glasses, so we all know who this particular wrestler is being covered by this pin badge. Last month we had the Session Moth Martina, and this month we've got the Macho Glasses. A Wrestlecrate exclusive item. Give me a lapel, yeah, everybody. Lapel, yeah.
A Macho Glasses lapel pin badge offering we have here, which is clearly paying homage to Macho Man Randy Savage. The guy's an absolute legend in the wrestling game and one that I'm a massive mark for. So yes, I will be wearing this pin badge, and yes, I'm very pleased with the design of it. On that basis, I'm going to give this item a 4-star rating out of 5.
Now the final item we have in the February Wrestlecrate is a print again, and although it does say that it is a signed print, I believe it is a printed signature. So what we have there is Bret the Hitman Hart, and it's Action Figures art print. And what we also have is this little flyer which comes along with this. So it looks as though this company are doing prints of wrestling toys, and they have their little printed signature on them. So it's like a collectible item of pictures of wrestlers in figurine form with a little signature on there as well. So there we are, Bret the Hitman Hart, Action Figures print.
We have here the Action Figures art print with the selected wrestler on this edition being Bret the Hitman Hart. There is a signature on the piece, although it looks as though it's a printed signature and not an actual signature. Big fan of Bret Hart, you know, one of the Hall of Fame legendary wrestlers from the day. But it's not something that I don't think I can see myself getting into collection-wise, so I'm going to give this item a 2.5 star rating out of 5.
So there we go, there's February's Wrestlecrate all wrapped up nicely. Now what we're going to do is, as mentioned in January's video, we had a friend who wasn't getting the subscription Wrestlecrate, but they decided that they were going to buy a one-off crate from the Second Chance store, which is, I believe is what they call it on the Wrestlecrate website, which is basically a crate of previous items from previous month's Wrestlecrates that basically didn't go. So there was a potential for a couple of items there, which was mainly the reason why it was bought. You know, there was, oh, I wouldn't mind one of those, I wouldn't mind one of those. So we got that one done, and we also have the unboxing of this crate, although there is no covering sheet that you get with it, so some of the items may not appear blatantly obvious, but we can certainly go through them, and just as a little bit of bonus credit, just to see what kind of content gets offered up for non-subscribers to Wrestlecrate. So we'll go and get that one for you right now. Put these crate items back in here, and then we shall get crate number 2. So we'll do the old crate switch. And here we go. Right. So without further ado, we shall see what items we have inside the non-subscription Wrestlecrate. So this is just a one-off purchase. See what kind of goodies we get here. So, one of the first items we have is a Steve Weiser plastic cup. I think we all know who Steve Weiser is referencing. Best served with a stunner. And if you don't know off the back of that little tagline, then maybe you need to watch a bit more wrestling content, potentially the Attitude Era. Steve Weiser, best served with a stunner. Second item we have is a wristband. And we have wrote on there, I don't know if you can see that properly, but it says, I love Brit Graps. I believe that says. I love Brit Res Graps. Apologies. So we've got a nice little rubber wristband there to show your support for British wrestling. The next item we have here is a little keyring guitar pick. And I'm going to try and do it this way. Can you see who that says on there? If you can't see, because obviously I'm holding it up to a camera and you might not necessarily be in focus or be able to see, but that says The Drifter. And The Drifter is in reference to Elias. Shame I don't have a guitar to try it out on. Item number 3. Fourth item in the crate we have is a t-shirt. And there we go, t-shirt, which is a Gangrel t-shirt, an old school t-shirt. Again, the retro fans are going to love this one. Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior. That's how it is stated. Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior t-shirt. I know a lot of retro fans would be very happy with that little purchase via the crate, of course. Okay, we've got the next item. Oh, here we go. We've seen this one before. This looks like it was the lapel pin from January's crate, so it looks as though they had a couple of those left over. So we've got one in the standalone one-off crate purchase. Official collaboration, we might add. Hopefully people like pin badges. Now, this item we have here is the Riptide Wrestling Volume 1 DVD, which is again created exclusively for Wrestlecrate, but was also a January crate item, as this one was in the previous video. Obviously, my friend who didn't sign up for the subscription service wouldn't have had this last month's crate, so I suppose in that respect, for him, got a bonus Wrestlecrate exclusive DVD. And then what do we have here? So the next item we have is an official 2018 Beyond Gorilla calendar, starring the likes of British Strong Style, Kushida, Tony Storm, Penta L Zero, Chris Brooks, Zack Sabre Jr., Marty Scurll, Will Ospreay, Jay Briscoe, Jimmy Havoc, Matt Riddle, Rey Mysterio, Nixon Newell and Sabu. So those are obviously all of the months covered in the calendar and the wrestlers. I know it's not meant to be good luck, but we will go through a couple just to see. Oh, just to see some of the artwork. For example, Sabu. 2018 calendar. And then, oh, have we got something else in here? Oh, we do. We've got 2 items here. We'll put that one back. So what we have here is a signed print photograph of Travis Banks. Now, Travis Banks was on the January Wrestlecrate t-shirt, and as I mentioned in that video, I believe he recently beat Pete Dunne for the Progress Championship. And now we've got the signed print that goes along with the photo, goes along with the t-shirt. The Kiwi Buzzsaw, Travis Banks. And the final item, no, been stashed away. So we have another print, and again it looks like it's a signed print. Now, I have seen this wrestler before, however I am not familiar with his name. So if anyone does know the name of this wrestler, this indie wrestler, then be sure to let me know in the comments, or if anyone, you know, can point me in the right direction, certainly let me know. I will aim to find out who this individual is, but at present, I don't know who he is. But a signed print nonetheless, to go with the Travis Banks one. And then finally, we have issue 2 of Wrestle Talk magazine. So again, this was an item that was covered in the January crate, and as we didn't get a January subscription for my friend who got this crate, he wouldn't have had this item originally. But there we go, Wrestle Talk magazine, issue number 2. Let's have a little quick look in here. Like so. Like so. Wrestle Talk magazine, issue number 2. So there we go, people. That wraps up the double Wrestlecrate unboxing video, the February subscription crate, and the standalone one-off Wrestlecrate. I'm going to give all of those items in the February crate a star rating, and not so much with this one. This one was just a little experiment we wanted to do, just to see if we could get some sought after items from the Second Chance store, which I'm not 100% sure if that was achieved, but nonetheless, we'll not give these ones a star rating. We'll give the February crate a star rating for each item, and then yeah, we'll roll on to March's crate. Hopefully we'll get some exclusively awesome wrestling goodies. Oh yeah, that's what we want, people. We want the merch. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments or would like to add any suggestions, anything along that nature, pop something in the comment section below. If you like the content, please give us a like, and by all means share the content with your friends and family. Wrestlecrate unboxing February edition. That's a wrap, people. Thanks for watching.